Alright, so this is going to be an informal look at our apartment. I have no script or anything, so we're just going to go through everything, and I'll just give you the tour of our apartment. So in the foyer area, you'll see this, you'll see this crack here. We actually tried to move a sofa in that was too big, and there's a weird way to walk in that we couldn't fit it around, so we'll have to measure out next time when we replace our eventual sofa. So here's some stuff that needs to go out to recycling, and at the time of this recording, one of the boxes is already out there, and we got some advertisements from our friend. I just figured I'd pin them on the side there and, you know, add some flavor to it. So here's our kitchen. This is the cleanest you will ever see it. I just got done with it. Everything's been disinfected and cleaned. That's an empty Smirnoff bottle. Again, it's a nice countertop. It's been disinfected. I just got done with all the dishes. That crock pot was a pain in the ass. And we have our phone connected, but, it's kind of off the hook because we constantly get spam and advertising calls, and we need that little plug in the end of it in order to, be able to be connected to the internet through DSL. So in here is where I keep all the cups. Pretty much got done all those. They're not the hard part. The hard part's the utensils, but I've gotten a little bit faster at doing them. This is where we keep all of our plates. Pretty basic fanfare. We're two bachelors. We really don't have a lot of money right now, so it's, you know, you make do with what you have. And, well, this is our first apartment, so once I start working again, we'll be able to upgrade some features. So this is our range. It's a gas range. This was at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm recording now because the roomie was asleep, and, well, he had a couple beers the earlier night before, and we have a nice cutlery set that the roomie's mom gave us, some stuff on top of the fridge. In here, pretty much your basic fanfare. We should probably start diversifying our diet. If you look in here, just got some basic stuff. I'm not a big alcohol drinker. I don't like beer, so that's the roomie's beer. There's some sriracha in there, some bread, yada yada. So if you walk into here, this is the dining room, and we just pile our leftover boxes here. I've cleaned that up since, you know, recording this and doing all that fun stuff, and we just have this little table. We originally didn't have any room for that table, and I decided to put it there so we could put the microwave on there, and this is basically a leftover table that was in my roomie's garage for like 20 years, and we have this really awesome incense burner here that has a dragon head, and if you position it correctly, the smoke will come out of it, and it'll look like he's breathing fire, and it's really cool. Speaking of which, we need to go get some more incense. So we have a wall scroll over there, just some basic seating arrangements. Again, I'm not making any money right now, and we're poor. And if you look over here, you will see the living room, if the lighting would, you know, correct itself. I hate that sofa. Immediately when I get my first paycheck, we're chucking it. It's gone. I hate it. There's no support, and you'll see in the future. So this is our well, I guess it's like a garage shelf, and you'll see my PlayStation 3 games here. It just worked out. Ratchet and Clank, Call of Duty, Altaria. There's some of our music. We buy albums that we really like. There's my limited edition cell print art of Phantom Hourglass. A couple of miniature Gashathon figures I got from a friend. My original Game Boy, and a little Burger King toy, and of course I had to have Zelda Hyrule Historia. And down here, not much else is happening, but my roomie's brother, had a friend who was getting rid of some Jakks Pacific Dragon Ball Z action figures, so, hey, we took a couple, and that was really nice. And from another friend that works at GameStop, we got that box. I don't actually own a Wii U, and neither does my roommate. But he likes StarCraft, so he obviously had to have the collector's edition of Heart of the Swarm. He's not really big into comic books, but I think that was actually his first comic book ever. I got to ask him about that, but he's got some various knickknacks there. That would be Mike's tank that we're working on. I've got my gun magazines. Underneath there are some naughty magazines that belong to the roommate, i.e. Playboys. Just a couple things that I have laying around, checklists. And this is my roommate's dragon statue collection. And if you go under here, there's some lighting, and this is really awesome when you turn the lights out. And for the price, the sculpture was really, really nice. I mean, they did a great job. I don't know. I'm not sure how they painted it. Probably with an airbrush. With all the feathering there, it looks like it's an airbrush. But these were some awesome pieces that he picked up upon my recommendation, actually. I like that one too, as I take a moment to breathe. And that one lights up and it has a red, green, blue LED. It's really awesome in the middle of the night. And that's a bricked PlayStation 3, and my roommate, I forget what kind of Nerf gun that is, but we just have it there. Eventually, I've got to get around to painting it. And those are some big box advertisements for Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Diablo 3. Typical fanfare. There's a long story behind that shark. Just know that it's a Jamaican shark, and my roomie got it from college, and it's not mine, but it's awesome. And just your typical stuff. And on the 4th level here is where we store our card game stuff. That's the Pathfinder Adventure card game we have down there. We're still waiting for the 6th and final expansion pack to finish out the game. And I'm stuck on the last mission of the 5th adventure, and I got this from my roommate from my birthday. Bad planning on your part does not necessarily constitute an emergency on mine. I told him to take it to work, and he didn't. So, there's some more of the Jack Pacific figures that we got, some really nice free stuff. Those things are worth some money, actually, so it's really nice to have them around. That one-up mushroom right there is a one-of-a-kind, and it's a collectible. And I forget where I got that little Link plushie. I think I got it from a GameStop when I pre-ordered Skyward Sword. Somebody was putting it out, and I'm like, can I buy that? So I bought it. And here's the effing couch. I hate it. There's no support. It needs to go. I'm kicking it out. We want a better one. We're taking it to the dump, and that's that. So it's a nice little coffee table here. We kind of damaged it by having hot food on it, but, you know. And that is Mike's Xbox, not mine. And that's one system I've never really played before. And there's the 32-inch screen TV that somebody was chucking out in the trash. Just because it doesn't have a coax. Everything else is perfect. Frickin' idiots. And that's the roomie's Pirates flag. I think it's pretty cool. So if you come over here, this is where we get to the meat of the game collection. This is pretty much the retro corner we have. We got that boob tube TV for $50. Pretty good deal. That's my roommate's sound system. And here begins the metric crap ton of games that we have in our collection. We have 306 unique titles in our collection. I think mine comprise of about 200 of them. And over here we have the NES games. And we're going to take a closer look at these Super Nintendo games. My Super Game Boy, Sega Genesis. We have some PlayStation 1 titles. And I have a couple of TurboGrafx 16 games on the end. This is stuff that my roomie owns. He needs to take it back into his room and finish his project. We can also use some of that plywood for other things. And right here is my Gundam Wing Endless Waltz wall scroll. Love it. Looks good there. I'm going to keep it there. So again, as you can see, we got the sound system here with a four-way AV cable. I keep telling them to stop messing with the frickin' wires. They don't listen, so I try to do my best. So here we go for the PlayStation 2 games. You can see stuff like Twisted Metal, Tak, Sly Cooper, Red Faction, Ratchet and Clank. Roomie's a big fan of Ratchet and Clank games. I got Oni for like $2. Lord of the Rings games that I don't really play. Grand Theft Auto, God of War, Dragon Ball Z, Devil May Cry. Let's see. Keep going. Crash Bandicoot. Contra, which I've actually never played that. Contra, Chaos Legion, Baldur's Gate, Armored Core. I'm the Armored Core fan. Couple of memory cards there. My roomie's PlayStation 2 system that we use. And over here we have my GameCube collection, Animal Crossing, Mario Golf, Star Fox Adventures, which I haven't played yet, Melee, Wind Waker, Overlord, Twilight Princess Brawl, and this is Mike's Xbox collection. And there's Blinks there. Fable, Far Cry, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. I wasn't a big fan of that game. Halo, Mercenaries, Midtown Madness, Need for Speed Carbon. Excuse me. Tetris, Star Wars Clone Wars Combo. Not sure why he has Tiger Woods. Tom Clancy's Duke Nukem Forever, stuff like that. And over here's my PSP. This is a system I've actually neglected, and I found the power cord to it, but I need to get a new battery, and I'm going to start collecting for the PSP. I hear there's some great games. Another system I neglected was the Nintendo DS Lite. I heard there's some pretty good games for that, and I'm going to start building up my collection for that as well. And over here, this is what my roommate got, I believe in his collector's edition, the Balls of Steel edition for Duke Nukem. I'm not sure. I think this was for Darksiders, or War Horsemen of the Apocalypse or something by THQ, but he likes to collect box figures. I got that for him for Christmas last year, Team Fortress 2 heavy action figure. I also got it for Mike, and apparently they didn't take it out of the package, so whatever. And again, just a panning shot of all the games we have. And over here, got my Super Nintendo games, Desert Strike, a personal favorite, Donkey Kong Country, Monopoly, Mike just picked up, Mrs. Pac-Man, Pilot Wings, Sim City, Super Battleship, Super Mario World, one of my personal favorites. And let's look again at Pilot Wings here. Just needs a label upgrade. Super Strike Eagle, which is actually getting rather hard to find. Urban Strike, Williams Arcade Classic Hits, 10-Yard Fight, Desert Commander, which I never got to work. We got to start working. Excite Bike, and over here I picked up a copy of Gauntlet. Excellent game for $6. Let's see, what else do I have? Golf, Hogan's Alley, which is actually a pretty good game. We found My Light Gun Works, Metal Gear, Ninja Gaiden, Super Mario Brothers, of course, Zelda, World Class Track Meet, and there are some of my Nintendo 64 games. Pain in the ass that they never labeled them. So over there's the Super Game Boy I'll use for Game Boy reviews. Other than emulators, I got Afterburner 2, Air Diver, Frogger, Mrs. Pac-Man, Primal Rage, Top Gear 2, and all the Sonic games. And really, I don't have a very big Sega Genesis collection, but I'm looking to expand for the future. And now we have PlayStation 1. I recently just got a Bug's Life. Ape Escape's not mine. Armored Core is mine. Blast Chamber, frickin' awesome game. Crash Bandicoot, Cool Borders, Gundam Battle Assault, Jet Moto 3, the Mary-Kate and Ashley games for a future piece of shit review, Metal Gear Solid, Nuclear Strike, which has problems with it, Rally Cross for sentimental value, Resident Evil 2 I picked up for $3, perfect condition, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Wipeout, and of course a couple TurboGrafx 16 games. I would like to get a TurboGrafx 16. It's a great system. And just another panning shot of all my stuff. Consoles up above, and here we're just going to go down the hallway. And if you look in here, we just basically store all of our tools, my gun cleaning supplies, different stuff like that, rubbing alcohol, electrical stuff, yada yada yada, the basic thorough and fanfare. So, close that. And making our way over here, you'll see our rather small bathroom. If you pardon me a moment, I need to turn the fan off. Although I am going to be muting the sound for this video, so I'm just kind of curious why I did that, but, yeah. So here we go. This is our small little bathroom in an apartment. Remember, it's 2 bachelors living here. You have your basic sink. I wouldn't call it marble. I'm not even sure what it is, but it's nice. Got a towel rack there. A little of effects in the corner there. Roommate doesn't give 2 shits. So basic stuff. That Swiffer wet jet is awesome, and hi. And I'll show you the curtain in the back, and please remind me to replace that light bulb. That needs to be done. The air freshener really makes it smell nice in here. Definitely better than what it was, and this is something my roommate picked up, the shower curtain, and yes, it's full of wind. I'm not sure where he got it, but it is full of effing wind, and I'm jealous, and I kind of want it, but then again, it is in our apartment, so looks pretty awesome. So if you step across from the bathroom, you come into my room, and whenever the roomie takes a number 2, it kind of wafts into here, so I like to shut the door. But remember, this is actually pretty clean for my room. You'll see I have some stuff up here. This is a book I'm reading right now, The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. Pretty good book. So I have my small Gunpla collection here. I would like to expand it, but right now I don't have the money or the time, unfortunately, to build any more. But I like what I have. I've got my Master Grade Epi on there, a couple of real grades and high grades. There's a Wing Gundam, a Jesta that I have yet to paint, Death Scythe Hell. Up here, just a couple knickknacks and doodads, tanks that unfortunately didn't survive a move. There's my perfect grade strike that needs to be finished. A Kindle and a box of 380. A lot of random things. You'll find a lot more random junk down here. This is kind of my workbench, and up here is my degree, censored because there's information on it you do not need to know about. And, just stuff that I need to put away or throw out. I had Little Caesars the night before. Wing Zero Protos back there. And over here, this is what sparked my interest in engineering. This was a high school project for balsa wood dragsters, and that really sparked my interest in engineering. And this is my computer, nice tower, and pictures of my 2 of my 3 cats. Nintendo Wii on top. I need to go put that back, clean it up, and put it away. This is where I sleep. Not really much else I could say about it other than the bed's made. And there's my air purifier over there, as seen in one of the earlier videos. And underneath here, please don't break into my apartment. I don't need to explain what that is. And a paper shredder. And I learned that you don't want to put a paper shredder in or plug it into the same outlet because it creates noise on the line. And this is my Diablo 3 poster. And it looking pretty swift. Looking pretty swank is what I meant to say. And over here's my Ann Stokes. I saw this on the internet, and I had to have it. And just looking out the door again, there's really not much to see. It's a fairly small apartment, I'd say 900 square feet. And this is the roommate's room. We're not going in there because A, it's none of my business. B, it is a nuclear waste dump, so we're not even going to bother. So this is coming back into the main living room area, and if you watch through to this entire part of the video, I'd like to thank you. That's pretty much it. It's not too much, but it's not too little either. I mean, wish we had more. It works for what we have now, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. See, I told you this thing was going to be informal. And finally, the last piece, our periodic table of game controllers, absolutely necessary. Thanks for watching.